casual reminder for you aspiring authors, new authors, and established authors. If someone has already done it in this industry, it's no longer unrealistic. That means if somebody can write really fast and really strong, it's a possibility. That means if somebody can be both traditionally and indie published and do really well, it's a possibility. That means if somebody is indie and they earn way more than traditionally published authors, it's now a possibility. And all of those things are real possibilities. So just because it sounds like some big, dreamy, far-off thing that people can't actually do, does not mean that you don't have the possibility of doing it. We get into this mindset, especially in the publishing world, that it has to be done a certain way. It has to be done a specific way. And in my own author life, it is writing quickly and writing well. People say, oh, well, you can only write one book a year. No. People can write multiple books a month and do really, really well. I do it. Other authors do it. Lots of people do it. But we have this really terrible rhetoric that it's impossible to write more than 1 or 2 books per year. That's just about skill level. It's just about what you're able to do. It's about your talent, and not everybody's going to be able to work at the same rate. I often say, and you guys hear me say this a lot, that I cannot run a marathon. I can't do that, but the Olympic athletes can do incredible things that I can't do. You and I, no, we can't do those. But just because we can't do it doesn't mean it's impossible, because somebody else has. On camera, they've done it. So the same thing applies to the author world. Whatever it is, if it's writing fast, or if it's writing in multiple genres, or if it's writing in multiple genres under the same name, not breaking it out into pen names, or if it's working traditionally and indie, or if it's whatever it happens to be, if you are capable of doing it, that means it's possible, baby. And just because the other people who are very, very loud on the internet say it's not possible doesn't mean that it's not possible. It is absolutely possible to do things differently than other people and succeed really, really well. You can see all sorts of things, especially right now. There's so much happening on the internet where people are saying, well, they're doing this and that person's doing this, and it's just not true. And it's not valuable rhetoric for us to have out. We have seen so many people say, well, they can't do this thing, and then they do. And then when they do it, they say, no, I can't do it, so you can't do it, so you must be cheating in some way, shape, or form. One of the things I hear so much is ghostwriters on TikTok saying, well, authors can't write as many books as they do. They have to hire ghostwriters. Meanwhile, they're sitting there behind the scenes writing that many books for so many other people and making money on it. They're literally going on to TikTok to say, no, your favorite writers are using ghostwriters because I'm one of them. But if people are only capable of writing 1 or 2 books a year, then how's a ghostwriter surviving? Because if they're only able to write 1 or 2 books a year, and they're not getting paid as much as the author is getting paid, they're not making much money, and it's not valuable for them to be doing that. They're writing way more than they tell you, and they're lying to make you think that other people can't do it, and that they're not doing it when they really are. There's so much bad and old rhetoric out there that's just being perpetuated on social media because somebody can't do it, and they get loud on social about it, and then everybody else says, yeah, that's correct, that's right, when it's not. So if somebody else before you has done it, no matter what it is, even if it's one person, one time, it means it's possible, and it means it's something that you can do as well. So you have to be so real about this. There's going to be a lot of chatter in your ears, a lot of people on social media, a lot of angry people saying a lot of angry things to put you down and build them up. We need to not listen to these people. And I lean heavily into like how quickly you can write and how well you can write and how many books you can produce in a year and all of those things, because that's one of those things that I do. I write very quickly. I produce content very quickly. I have turned novels into my editors with only a handful of typos in just a very short span of time. And a lot of people would come at me and say, oh, she's cheating in some way, shape, or form, but I have it all documented. It's right there. Everybody can see it. It's totally possible to do these things. And because people are so angry about it online, I just stopped writing. For like years, I did nothing because why would I? Why would I? I was going to be torn down for that. And so we have to be smart enough to understand that there are going to be people who run their mouths online just to stop you from doing the thing. And it doesn't have to be writing fast. It could be writing a specific trope or specific genre or something that you really, really like. It could be the fact that you can write clean your first time. You don't have to have drafts. I don't know a ton of people who have a ton of drafts. That's something that people talk about a lot online, but authors who are actually doing the thing, Most of them don't have a million drafts. They have like one write through and maybe a second draft, and then they're good to go. But a lot of people just have one clean first draft where they just have to go in and touch things up a little bit. They don't have a ton of plot holes and errors and things that they have to fix. And it's just people who stated things incorrectly on the internet, and then it's been perpetuated over the last couple of decades, unfortunately. We need to overcome those things, and you need to understand you have the ability to do what you need to do the way you need to do it, and it doesn't have to be the way I do it, and it doesn't have to be the way that he does it, or she does it, or anybody else does it. As long as you are producing what you need to produce in the way that you need to produce it, you good, baby. You don't need to worry about the rest of them, and I know. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to deal with, especially if people are going to come and say that you didn't do the thing that you said you did, or you couldn't possibly do the thing that you said you did, and all of those things. I understand. I took years off of writing because of it. So we breathe deeply together. We understand that we all do things in different ways, in different formats. We all have different skill levels and talent levels, and you build those things up too. I didn't start writing really, really fast, but I can write really, really fast now. I'm incredibly good at getting things done in a short amount of time because I run multiple businesses and I do lots of things and I take care of everybody under the sun. So I have to be quick. You can hear how fast I'm talking right now because I'm really into this, but also I learned to talk faster. You can learn and improve your skills. So just because you start out one way doesn't mean you're not going to end another way. Like, I have friends who write hundreds of books who have been an author way less than I have, or not quite as long as I have, and they've just written hundreds and hundreds of books because they're just good at what they do. So it's entirely possible. It is entirely possible. Start looking for the people who are actually succeeding in this industry. Those are the people you should be listening to. These people running their mouths who aren't doing things and can't do things are only going to serve to hurt you. You have the ability to do whatever it is that you need to do. Whatever that dream goal is, you have the ability to do it. You just have to make the effort to do it. I know, lots to think about today. I've got some cool things coming for you. I'm really excited for it. I'm dropping some new things in the next couple of days. I'm very excited. In fact, as soon as I hit the off button here, I'm going to film some of those. So I will see you in just a couple of days with some new fabulous, wonderful things. We'll see you then.